So RedFall is just around the corner, actually releasing tomorrow. And I'm pretty excited for this game. I know the 30 FPS thing for a lot of people has been a drag on their excitement, has brought people down, especially if you're on the Xbox console. Initially it was, but I'm over it. I'm actually ready to jump into this thing. And I actually have changed my mind completely. I will be playing it on the Xbox Series X at launch to see what it's like in 30 FPS. I also will jump into it on PC and just kind of compare the two, but I'm going to be playing it on an Xbox. I want to see how it runs there. I want to see how it feels on that console when it releases. And again, it releases tomorrow. We have, first of all, we have leaks, which I will show after, that's already showing gameplay of this game at 30 FPS on the Xbox Series X. And I'll be honest, it looks good. It looks like it runs very good. And it looks like it's not as bad and doom and gloom as people are making it out to be. I mean, we still have to wait and see. I mean, reviews are going to be coming out very soon, and then the game will actually launch. Doesn't mean these leaked videos don't mean anything other than this is what we see right now, and we'll see what everybody who has a review copy says about it. But first of all, release date is tomorrow. Release times and everything have been released. If you're looking when you're going to be able to download this game, you will be able, here's the actual picture of everywhere in the world you're going to be able to download it. So if you're in the East, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, actually, so that's on May 1st. That's actually tonight. You're going to be able, it'll be released and be able to jump in, which technically that's before the actual official release date of May 2nd, but then it releases on May 2nd in other parts of the world. And the download size is 77 gigabytes on the Xbox Series X and 40 gigabytes on the Xbox Series S and 103 gigabytes on PC. So a large game, and meaning there's going to be a lot of content, a lot of stuff going into this game, and we will see how it all plays out. But here are the leaks. And like I said, you can go check these out. I'll have them linked in the description below. Somebody obviously got an early copy, a review copy or something like that, and are putting up gameplay. There's a YouTube channel actually putting up small clips of gameplay right now. I'm not going to go right to it, but this is on Twitter, and this is Xbox Series X gameplay, and I've watched through it multiple times. The game looks good. The game looks good in these videos. So take that for what you will. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the best thing in the world. It may still not be as good as some people are expecting, maybe better than some people are expecting. But from these videos, I am like even more excited now to jump in and play this game. Looks like it is going to be a ton of fun. Gunplay looks good. Enemies look fun. Going and staking the hearts of the vampires looks pretty cool. All the types of the graphics themselves, I think, are pretty good. I like the aesthetic that they are going through, the colors, the atmosphere, just from these like videos. I'm pretty pumped up to jump into this game. So they say, and it says here as a tweet, just to clarify, it is, like I said, on the Xbox Series X, and it is, they say here, looks solid at 30 frames per second. The question is going to be with Redfall, that I think everybody has this on their mind, is what are the reviews going to be like? Are they going to be good? Are they going to be bad? Is Redfall going to take a bigger hit because of the technical issues? And I answered this question here, prediction of what the Metacritic score is going to be. And I'm sort of being sarcastic, sort of joking, but I said 70. The reason I say 70 is because, as we know, there are reviewers that give certain games a pass and other games not a pass when it comes to technical issues. And we have an example of what just happened just around the corner. I think this is going to be a great comparison, a great case study for how reviews are done. And are they standardized across the board, no matter what game it is, no matter where it's from? And with a Jedi Survivor, clearly, I don't care if people say who are playing it and said they've had no issues. Clearly, there are major technical issues across the board, across all platforms. I even saw a video where the resolution was dropping down to like 846p or something. So obviously, the game was not optimized properly, pushed out before it was ready, and there are technical issues across the board. And apparently, it's even the worst on PC. But there were big mainstream reviews out there that were still giving it 9s and 10s out of 10s, with barely even mentioning these technical issues, which I think is an absolute problem. I believe that there needs to be a standard when it comes to reviews with technical issues, whether the game is hyped up or not. If it has a bunch of technical issues, it should automatically lose points. There should be a standardized way that these reviewers all go about scoring games with technical issues in them. I just think it's the only way to be absolutely fair across the board. So people aren't calling out these sites as anti-Xbox or anti-PlayStation or anti-PC, all that type of stuff. That's such an easy way, in my opinion, to solve it. But with Redfall, we know 30 FPS is already a thing. We will see if that has a huge hit on the reviews for Xbox. I feel like it is going to have a huge hit. And then if there are any other technical issues, we will see if they go harder on Redfall. I tweet here, I say 70 because I predict reviewers will go much harder on Redfall for 30 FPS plus any technical issues compared to how soft they go on other games like Jedi Survivor. And I think, honestly, the fact that Jedi Survivor has all these technical issues and literally just released, it's just a great comparison. And my fingers are crossed here that I'm completely off and wrong on this. If they give this game a review and don't ding it harder for the technical issues, then I'll say, hey, at least they're being fair across the board. But if I had it my way, I think there should be a standardized way that technical issues affect the score of a game, especially in today's day and age where people are paying $70 for a release on day one and games are coming out worse than they have ever come out. I can't remember a time where every game, $70 is broken, and it's getting ridiculous now. And you can see people are actually getting fed up with the video that I made yesterday talking about the $70 thing, specifically on PlayStation, where gamers are buying less games. And there was a bunch of analysis done to equate that to the fact that games are $70. And you probably will be seeing that across the board. I don't think that is just a PlayStation thing. People don't want to pay that much for games that they know are going to be broken, but we'll see what happens with Redfall. Now, move on here. Just want to talk about this before I end the video. PlayStation, Sony, PC ports, we know they are coming. We've been talking about this for years now. You had people out there that didn't want to see it coming, that were upset that PlayStation was going to take their games away from just being exclusive to their console, which obviously that was coming down the line because that's how you make more money. It's where the industry is going. Xbox made this, accelerated this, where PlayStation is now jumping into it even more. They've opened up PlayStation PC. They've expanded PlayStation Plus. They're doing more and more things all the time, knowing that they're going to have to adjust their strategy away from locking people down to a console. And they actually confirm here that more PC ports are coming because it is making a ton of money, which is not surprising at all. I don't know why this would be a surprising thing, but they are out here telling people that this is what is happening. So we know The Last of Us Part 1 came out on PC recently, which just got terrible optimization, tons of bad technical issues with it. It was just a very bad port for PC, but it was released on PC. And it says here that the sign of Sony's healthy PC strategy emerged from the company's fiscal year 2022 financial report, specifically under the Others category in the Game and Network Services segment supplemental information section. The document defines Others as revenue from peripherals, including PlayStation VR, and revenue from sales of first-party titles on platforms other than PlayStation consoles. And the numbers over the past 2 fiscal years are pretty remarkable. So they say here 2021 was fairly flat, but 2022 was a different story, ended up almost doubling their sales from 2021, which obviously would have them extremely excited, where they know that if they're able to put these games out on PC, they're going to be making way more money than just keeping them all locked to the PlayStation platform. I guess the question is, are they ever going to adjust their strategy on how they release their games on PC? Are they going to always be releasing them 6 months or something after they've released on PlayStation? Or are they going to go to that day and date strategy that Xbox currently has with releasing games on both the console and on the PC at the exact same time and opening it up right away to the biggest player base? You could say that with PlayStation, the reason they put it out on PS5 first is because they have such a huge install base of their consoles, and then they can make a bunch of money, make back a lot of their money just from that, and then they can reinvigorate the sales of the game by releasing it later on PC. But I feel like they will eventually make that switch over to day and date, both PC and PlayStation. I also feel like when it comes to PlayStation Plus, something I've talked about over and over again, I know a lot of people are saying the biggest difference between Game Pass, and I agree with this, and PlayStation Plus is those day and date games, first party games. I feel like at some point PlayStation is going to bend. I feel like they will be putting their first party games into PlayStation Plus at the same time as they release on full price for the PS5. I just feel like it's an inevitable thing once console sales do start to slow down. Once we are already seeing people buying less games, people are buying a ton of PS5s, but if they aren't purchasing games on those platforms, if the $70 thing really starts to kick in, then they're going to really have to focus more on the services revenue, which is doing well. Software and services revenue are doing well for PlayStation, but they're going to want to continue to grow that. One way to continue to grow that is to just give their games on multiple different platforms all at the same time, day and date, whether it's PC, whether it's PlayStation, and then expand out their subscription service like Xbox did, which potentially would mean PlayStation Plus at some point can make its way over to the PC platform. That's just all predictions, though. I don't know if they will do that, but I think that they will. I predict that they will. I think that the strategy in terms of growing the amount of people that can jump into your game will end up being the winning out strategy of making the most amount of money in gaming. And PlayStation obviously wants to be always on top when it comes to the gaming industry. But I will leave the video there, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this, especially Redfall. Are you excited to play it? And after looking at this, if you guys go check it on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, are you excited for this game more now, even at that 30 frames per second, based on how these videos are looking? If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.